Welcome to another episode of Cool Places Across America with CNL. I'm Chuck. I'm on a business trip, and Lori and Leroy are not with me, but I wanted to bring you along and in my spare time show you around. That's coming up next here on Cool Places Across America with CNL. Okay, well, welcome back. So if you're wondering where I'm at and what's behind me, this is a pretty popular street in Harrisburg called State Street, and it leads to the state capitol. Let's go in and explore the Pennsylvania state capitol. Okay, just walking up these steps. This is considered the people's state capitol. It's open for any citizen to walk in. Of course, you have the state senate and state house, governor's office, lieutenant governor's office, just inside these steps. Let's go in and look around this beautiful town, our beautiful capital, and I'll show you. Here's the view looking from the Capitol. This is, by the way, the 3rd Street entrance. Okay, you can see the Capitol Rotunda is quite a busy place. There's an event, an organized rally going on there. So I decided to walk down towards the Senate side, give you a little taste of this. Okay, so I'm just making my way down towards the Pennsylvania Senate. You can see different offices, and then when you get to the Senate side, you have this spectacular view. And there's an entrance to the balcony somewhere up there, although they don't allow taping in there, so I won't be able to show that to you. Now I'll turn around and walk back down the hall towards the rotunda, and you can get a taste of what it might be like if you're coming to visit the state capitol, and maybe even run into a rally here. So let's check this out for a little bit.
On behalf of the Pennsylvania Senate, have a citation here for Charles Thomas Street.
Okay, I'm going to walk to the house side around this rally. You can see a lot happens. This is where they usually have these type of events here. And down this hall, I hope you can hear me, down this hall is the House of Representatives. You can see Benjamin Franklin, Speaker, 1764. Some of the more modern day speakers, Mike Terzai, Sam Smith, Keith McCall, and others. And here's where the Speaker of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives are, Joanna McClinton. And on the opposite side is the Majority Leader, Representative Bradford. If you go down a little bit further, again, there continues to be photos of past speakers. And somewhere up those steps, up these steps, you'll find the governor's office. Okay, I made it up to the governor's office. See if nobody's in here, I can show you. There you go. Okay, that was several flights up, but that's where Pennsylvania governor's office is. You saw kind of his room where he has events and so forth. His actual office is kind of tucked a little bit further behind there. But I'll walk down all these steps. I'm going to try to get to the top of the rotunda so you can look down onto that rally, and I'll show you some other parts of the state capitol. Okay, so I'm heading back towards the rotunda. You can see that press event, rally, presser, call it what you want, is still going on. And I'm going to try to sneak up the back side, but here's the view from the bottom. And together with my Defense Children Resources Director, Kevin Abershaw, I kept that promise. Okay, more steps to see if I can get a better view of the rotunda for you from the top. These are all like back steps that if you wander you can find. Here's the view from the top. You can see I came out up through this door, which is where the press corps sits. Lieutenant Governor's office is up there. Let's go up these steps and get a different view. Okay, and as you can see, right in the, I guess you can consider this the second floor of the rotunda, is the Lieutenant Governor's office. And he has a good view of State Street. Now let's take a look here. Here's a view looking down, kind of like on the balcony area of the Lieutenant Governor. There are the steps I came through. And look at the beautiful artwork. I mean, if you have time and you're in Harrisburg, just coming here and looking around is something to see. Now this is the rotunda area. It doesn't count for many other areas of the Capitol. Okay, back down many more steps to get where I want to show you. But first, let me show you from this angle. Again, this event in the rotunda, people speaking, cameras, big crowds. We have a choir. I'm going to walk through this door, show you back here. This is where the Capitol press corps sits when they're in town. I'll show you what their offices look like. So there. The Associated Press's office. And back here is just a bunch of different cubicles for different reporters. Kind of see. And their mailboxes. Okay, I'm just heading down some back steps. I'll show you another part of the State Capitol complex. Again, if you're a visitor, this is free for you to walk through. If they're in session, you can go into the balcony area and watch them. But overall, you know, this is, if you're a citizen of Pennsylvania, this is your building. Okay, so now I'm kind of walking out of the rotunda area down towards the cafeteria side. I'll show you that down here. These are the infamous escalators that has their own Twitter account, I believe, because they are constantly breaking down. So, yeah, they're working today, which is nice. Okay, so I'm now facing the Commonwealth Avenue side. That's another entrance there where the fountains are. And over here, there's a place where if you're looking for little knickknacks, they have a little gift shop, some brochures. There's the gift shop, and down that hall, a bunch of offices. And over here is the cafeteria. I think before the crowd shows up, I'm going to run in the cafeteria and grab some lunch. Yeah, visitors are more than welcome to eat here. And it's usually a pretty decent price, but I want to point out there's a lot of very good restaurants downtown Harrisburg. that you can also try out. Beef, please. Uh, the one, right? Yeah, right there. Yes, please. I just want to show you your options here. They have a salad bar, deli, a hot entree, which today is Taco Tuesday, so that's what I got. Pizza, grill, and of course, a place where you can make different types of sandwiches over here. And then there's plenty of seating and cashiers. And there's drinks over here and desserts. Okay, so I got the taco bowl, and of course, when you're in Central PA, you gotta have a Turkey Hill iced tea. And I decided to eat just outside of the cafeteria. There's a little area where you can sit. There's a little coffee bar next to me as well. But again, that cost with the tea about $12. If you're touring the state capitol, you can come in here and eat. Okay, lunch is done. I thought I'd come down this one hallway and show you what's down here. This is just off of the cafeteria area, and it's the Welcome Center. You can come in here and learn a little bit about Pennsylvania. Fun facts of Pennsylvania. York Fair is the oldest fair in the country, established in 1765. Tom Ridge. And here's a little bit about the exterior architecture of the state capitol. And here you can pretend you're either in the House or Senate voting. This tells you a little bit back, goes all the way back to 1735 in Philadelphia being the capital, then Lancaster, then it eventually moves down to Harrisburg. Pretty neat. Okay, now I'm walking down another wing to a pretty neat room. I'm hoping we can get into it. Might be unused though, but we'll see when we get down there. Okay. Sometimes on TV, if you're from Pennsylvania, you might see this room. This is the Capitol Media Center. Let's go in and see what we can see. And unfortunately, it's locked. Okay, so I can't show you inside the Capitol Media Center, but you might have seen that on TV sometimes, but the doors are locked. Let's go explore somewhere else. Okay, here's another really, really neat place in the Capitol complex. This is kind of next to the Capitol. I got here through some hallways and so forth, but this is the Ryan building. Let's go up these steps and I'll show you what's up here. And here's a library with the statue of Honest Abe. How neat. Looks like a maybe battle photo from the American Civil War. So that was the library in the Ryan building. And neat. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the view from the top of these steps. As you come out of the library, you're hit with this beautiful room. There are a number of different statues around the state capitol too, like this one. He goes right next to the capitol along the 3rd Street side. Let me see if I can get closer to some of this other outdoor architecture. I'll show you that. By the way, that library was in this building, the Ryan building, which, it's right next to the Capitol, state capitol, um, but it's attached kind of underground, I guess you can see. You can see there's some space between the two buildings. But if you know what hallways to walk around, you can get into it through the Capitol. Beautiful day, beautiful view of the dome of the Rotunda. Getting over here to the steps that we entered in the first place. Here's a closer look at the 3rd Street entrance and the statues, the lighting, more the entrance. Okay, so that's a pretty neat place. You can go in, walk around, visit. I got a little bit more time before my business, so I'm gonna walk down State Street and check out the river. So as I'm walking down these steps, please do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and smash that bell to be notified of future episodes. Now, back to the show. Oh, before I leave the complex, if you're standing on these steps at the state capitol, right next to it, you can kind of see that building right there. That's the State Museum. So you're within walking distance to the State Museum. If you come here for a visit, you can hit the Capitol and then head over to the State Capitol, or head over to the State Museum. And again, nearby, if you don't want to eat in the cafeteria, there's a lot of good restaurants downtown that you should give a try. And well worth the stop. I thought I'd show you these signs too, because they're right outside the state capitol here in Harrisburg. In God We Trust. And there's another one over there. I'll go show that to you in a second. And here's the other side of the steps. Truth for Authority. And there's a bench area next to it that says there's a time to pray and a time to fight. And over here it says, may God preserve the Constitution and the Union. Okay, I have a little bit more time to kill. You can see I'm walking away from the state capitol now. That's behind me. I'm on State Street. And there's something neat at the end of this street that I'll show you. A neat trail that if you're into jogging or walking or hiking, that you can hop on and enjoy some pretty neat scenery. So that's where I'm heading next. As I'm making my way down State Street, you can see these little flags here. That was for the rally that was inside the Capitol today. I found out it was for child abuse. I also want to point out there's some really neat other structures in the area that you can visit, like this church built in 1871. And over here is yet another really old church that you can walk around and check out. There's others downtown. But if you're standing right in the middle of State Street, this is what you see. And that other church right across the street is the St. Patrick's Cathedral. Looks like it was built in 1827. Incredible. Still used. The one thing about downtown Harrisburg, as I'm walking around, sometimes you hear some of the strangest sounds. I'm not sure what I'm hearing from that side. Kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on over there. But let's go check out more of downtown Harrisburg. Oh, here's some bikes you can rent. That's the regional bike share. So if you want to come here and ride a bike around town, you can. It's near that St. Patrick's Cathedral church that I told you about. Let's keep walking this way. Okay, I'm crossing the street, and here's a nice little coffee shop, Little Amps. Or there's a nice little restaurant, Cork and Fork. And I'll just keep going down this way. Again, some more old churches. And I want to point out that you are required to pay to park, but that's only Monday through Saturday until 5 o'clock. And they allow you to pay by credit card. So you'll see those all over downtown. There are garages too. If you're in town and you want to, park in a garage, you can do that as well. Okay, getting to that riverfront trail I was telling you about. This goes up and down the river. Let me see if I can show it to you a little bit here. Come this way. You can see there's 2 lanes for this trail. You can see there's an old bridge there that goes over to City Island. And there's actually a lower trail right there where you can see that person jogging. So this is just a really beautiful day for a walk. And I'm very happy to get out, take a little break from business and just walk around, show you around Harrisburg a little bit. I'm kind of walking down towards the Walnut Street Bridge, and that leads to a place called City Island. And on City Island is a minor league baseball team called the Harrisburg Senators. Let's see if I can show that to you here. I don't know if the lighting is going to ruin the shot, but there's the bridge to City Island. And right there you can see that's where the Harrisburg Senators play, FNB Field it's called now. And at the very, very end of this island is a little beach that you can go to as well. And there's other things on that island. I think there's miniature golf, little stands, you can buy stuff. There is parking on the island too, so you can stay right there. Let me see if I can get a better angle. So as I try to get a better angle, I'm going to try to walk down to the bridge and step on it and show you what that's all about too. Here's a person taking advantage of the nice day, just kind of has a good view of the river and the island and the bridge. Giant people out here having a little lunch, walking. Great day to be outside. Okay, I've made it down to the Walnut Street Bridge, that is. Leads over to City Island. And if you, from the area, you probably know that this bridge only goes over to the island. The other side of the bridge, at least to the other shore, actually fell down during a really bad storm probably about 20 years ago, but this one is only used for walking right now. You can see people on the bridge getting some exercise on this beautiful day. One thing about downtown Harrisburg is, boy, it can be loud, so I'm hoping that this audio gets through. Let's get on the bridge and show you some views from there. Okay. Well, I'm on the bridge now. You can see there's a walking path of concrete and a grated metal grate that you can walk on. Leads over to City Island. I'll walk about halfway through here and I can see if I can get you a shot of the city from out here. Okay, you can see right there is FNB Field, as it's called now, where the Harrisburg Senators play. And that's the trail that I was just walking on. You can see there's a lower trail. It's right up next to the water, and there's that upper trail as well. And here's a view from here. You know, the one thing that you're struck with when you're walking around downtown Harrisburg, because it's so close to the state capitol, you're going to see a lot of trade associations. I've walked past the Bar Association, Manufacturers Association, walked past the Pennsylvania Licensed Beverage and Tavern Association. They represent bar owners at the state capitol. And if I see any more, I'll pull them out and kind of show them to you. And you do got to be careful. There's a lot of traffic downtown. You're trying to get across the street here. Just got to be patient. Okay, as I'm crossing the street, I came to one of those associations that I was telling you about. This one's the Association of Independent Colleges and Universities of Pennsylvania. So they represent a lot of higher education folks. Let's see what else I can find downtown here. Here's another association, Pennsylvania Public Transportation Association. And another one here. And as I'm walking around, here's another trade association. I think I mentioned this one, the Pennsylvania Licensed Beverage and Tavern Association, representing bar owners, tavern owners, licensed restaurant owners through that door. You know, as I'm walking around, it dawned on me that anybody with a job probably has a trade association that essentially lobbies on their behalf at the state capitol. Even if you don't have a job, there's a lot of other organizations that lobby state capitol, whether it's the Heart Association, different health issues. Uh, there's people who lobby for homeless people. So, probably everybody or nearly everybody in the state somehow has a lobbyist at the state capitol. Kind of crazy to think of, but that's true. So I think this is where I'm going to end this episode of Cool Places Across America with CNL. I just want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, like this video, and smash that bell so you'll be notified of future episodes. And until next time, I'm wishing everybody happy travels from Cool Places Across America with CNL.